Hi, I am Julita Pawińska, and I want to say you a few words about API for mobile devices, which is AppMobile24.com. App is a web application dedicated for developers of mobile application who are looking for some new ways of communication to their users, and also for some admin panel to manage content for all of their mobile application, and also for some external database with easy access to users' data. As we all know, the mobile application is not only product to just sell and forget. If you want to develop your application, you need to have some relationship with your user. You need to know your users and have some information or maybe even feedback from them. All of those information can give you very valuable knowledge about whole market, current trends, maybe requested features or your customers' preferences. So how do you actually can analyze and check those information? Usually, to make some statistics and analyze information, you need some external database. Best would be with some easy web access. And this can provide you an app. It can also give you some opportunity to communicate users in some new way. By communication, I don't mean this one-way communication when you can just, send a lot of spam and push-ups to your clients, which are sometimes not very wanted. I mean, app give you opportunity to real two-way communication with real feedback from your clients, from your users. They can give you what they expected from your application, so you actually have a chance to make your customer happy. You can also, of course, promote your products to users and establish some long-lasting relations which can help you keep your users with you and with your application. So how does it actually work? We will design 4 channels of data distribution which you can use. But first you need to integrate your application with our web app. To do it, you need to just search for your application in Apple Store or Google Play. You can also define some custom application if it's not published already, if you want to add some content before publishing your app. Then you can use one of 4 channels or 4 channels all together. First is a content transmission module. In this module, you can define any multimedia content, including images, video, text, of course, and display this content in your application for the users. After that, you will get some information about your users, who they are, what devices they are using, and much more. How do they look? This is pretty simple interface. You can just define some title, content, some image, some video, and save it. It will be saved in our database, so you will have always access to it. And you can download those information to your application every time you want. Here you can also, once your content is actually displayed for your application, you will have some technical statistics about your users and devices, which can give you major look about how your users looking like. So, for example, you can check locations from where are your users, devices that they are using, operating system, versions, and so on. The second channel of communication is a loyalty module. You can define some rewarded actions, rewarded with points which you also defined, and your customers will be encouraged to do actually those actions with some prizes which can be replaced for points that they are collecting. After that, you can also, as always, analyze some results. How does it look? Here, we have some examples about partnerships, activities, and awards for your users. If your application is, for example, connected to Facebook, you can encourage your users to maybe invite some friends to also use your application and just give him points for that invitation. Users can collect their points, and after that you can award them for those points. For example, I don't know, give them monthly subscription, new unlock levels, some coins, or maybe new functionalities in your application. There is basically no limitations here. It is only up to you, up to your imagination. The third channel is an interactive module. And this is actually the most important module if you actually want to have some real feedback from your users. Because here you can ask your questions ask questions to your users. You can manage a poll in the app panel and send it to your application and invite users to just fill in the poll and answer your questions. Those answers from your users can give you a really valuable feedback about expectation from your application, maybe about opinions, about latest changes or requested features, and so on. How does it look? You can create unlimited numbers of polls. There are 4 types of polls: open types and single and multiple choice types of polls. You can, for example, if you are at the beginning of developing your application, ask what functionalities you should add to your application, what is missing. You can let your users to just bring everything they have out, and get you some long answers like, you know, your application should have also make a coffee and walk my dog and so on. But maybe you will want to have asked some really short questions, for example, if the layout changes are okay or not. And you will see all those answers in your statistic replies. Also, you can check here technical statistics, like for every module. And the last fourth channel is a cross-promotion module. It's pretty similar to the first module because actually promotion is a kind of information that you can send to your users. You can add here info about application, services, events, yours or your partners, because this module was dedicated to developers who maybe want to cooperate with some partners and promote not only their services but also others. So you can advertise whatever you want among users of your application, and perhaps acquire new users for you and your partners. Here you have example how new promotion looks. As I said before, it's pretty similar as first module. However, we distinguished it before maybe from some marketing points of view. It's better to analyze those separately. So, what next? We have some content we created in app application. We want to display it to our users. And what we can do with this next. Thanks to that we have a lot of statistics of users data, and also we have some feedback from our users. We can actually know who our users are. Are they living in big cities or maybe small towns? Do they prefer to use iPhone or maybe some Android devices? What they really expected from our application, and what we can do to make them happy, because happy user will still stay long with our application and with us. So, how can you do it? When you add your application to our web panel, you can just integrate it with a snippet of code we generate for you, and then create a content you want to display. After that, you can just download content that you generated with our administration panel and display it for your users. For now, it works for iOS and Android, Windows Phone, hopefully on the way. So you can easily and efficiently communicate to your users. You can have some statistics, analyze them, draw conclusions, make some improvements, maybe direct a new way of develop your application, and get even more. Sorry. So, we know that you might not want to pay for something without testing it, so I invite you to go to landing.appmobile24.com and use the registration code, which probably MCE sent to you via email. If not, just catch me out there, I will give you some. So you can just register there, add your application, test it, check it how it works, ask maybe some questions to us, and check if that's worth it. So, thank you for your attention.
We've got some time for questions, so do you have any? Okay, I've got one question. Okay. How much does it cost?
It costs 30 euros per month or 50 euros for second premium account. But this 30 euros a month is like for free for the first month with MCE promotion.
I think there is one question there. Please wait for the microphone.
Okay, one question: how to integrate it on iOS? Are you using pods or provide just compile library, and how to do it?
Yeah, we provide a library which you can use to integrate it. We can also have some test application which you can download separate for Android and separate for iOS to just check all available methods and so on with just live application.
Okay, you can always catch Julita later, and thank you very much.